you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Pokemon Store, TCG Player, PokemonCard.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. MEW VMAX is as good as we all predicted in the beginning. It's a very powerful deck. Genesect is a great draw engine, and MEW VMAX has been doing really well in the online tournament scene. You have the attack Cross Fusion Strike, allowing you to choose one of your bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So we're gonna be utilizing mostly Technoblast, so hitting for 210, which is pretty standard, right? Like, it looks fancy that you copy an attack, but you also like, you're just doing 210 damage, which is the 2-hit KO metagame of VMAXs anyways, right? But Genesect V's ability Fusion Strike system allows you to, once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have as many cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So we're only playing Fusion Strike Pokemon, so we're always going to be drawing a bunch of cards. And we have Latias's attack Dyna Barrier doing 70 damage, and during your opponent's next turn you prevent all damage done to his Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon VMAX. So it's a really nice way to, if you're going second, you get the attack onto their VMAX, they attack you, and then you utilize Dyna Barrier along with some Power Tablet to get a knockout by increasing your damage output, and you prevent damage on your MEW VMAX from a follow-up Pokemon VMAX. That means that if your opponent's not playing Escape Rope or Boss that turn, they might not even be able to damage you, or if they choose to use a V Pokemon, then you can utilize Technoblast again, as 210 damage is usually enough to one-KO most Vs in the metagame. MEW V is also a pretty good card, as the Energy Mix attack allows you to search for your deck for an energy card and attach it to one of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. That means you can end your turn one with 2 MEW Vs, each powered up. That way, if one goes down, you can bring up the other one. And Psychic Leap also has some uses as well, as it does 70, and you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck, so you can copy this attack with MEW VMAX and potentially heal your MEW VMAX that was previously damaged. We also have Oricorio with the ability Lessen and Seal, which reduces the damage that Pokemon VMAX take by 20, so it's a really nice combination with the Psychic Leap attack. And we also have the Glistening Droplets attack, put 5 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. You never know when that could end up being a useful strategy. Now, the draw engine for this deck is actually very different from what you would usually expect. We have 4 Peony, which discards your hand and you search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. That's perfect in tandem with Genesect V. As you discard your whole hand, you get 2 cards that you play immediately, and then you Fusion Strike system to replenish your hand, and you can do this more than once per turn. And that means we do want to play a lot of item cards, such as the Cross Switchers, right, which is essentially Guzma. You must play 2 Cross Switcher cards at once, and you switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. And if you do, you switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. As MEW and MEW VMAX has free retreat, then the switching is definitely not is something that's welcome. We also have Fan of Waves to deter an opponent. We have Evolution Instance to search for MEW VMAX. We have a bunch of basic searching cards such as Fog, Crystal, and Quick Ball, along with the Power Tablets, and switch to reutilize MEW VMAX if we need to, or even Vitality Band. With Vitality Band, we increase the damage of Technoblast by 10, so 220, which is enough to make sure that you KO some of the higher HP regular Pokemon V such as Station without needing to use a Power Tablet, but also 220 plus 3 Power Tablets is 310 damage, so pulling that off seems a little bit easier to 1-KO the 310 HP Pokemon VMAX such as Jolteon, such as, well, Jolteon has 300 actually, but such as Sylveon, right, and Leafeon, instead of needing all 4 Power Tablets at once. And then we do have Alyssa Sparkle, which allows us to choose up to 2 of our Fusion Strike Pokemon, and for each of those Pokemon we search our deck for a Fusion Strike energy card and attach it to them, so in case our opponent messed us up with Crushing Hammers or since Fan of Waves, we can get energy acceleration that way, and we have Boss's Order to make sure we're targeting the right Pokemon. For Fusion Strike Energy, which not only provide every type of energy at once, they also prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities, such as Quick Shooting, such as 6-second drops, All of that is prevented by Fusion Strike energy. We also play 4 Capture energy, which helps the consistency of the deck. We want to fill up our bench with Fusion Strike Pokemon as soon as possible, and Capture energy helps us do that. And finally, 2 Psychic energy, which round out the deck nicely, as we may need to use Max Miracle at some point to bypass any effects, but they also become searchable energies through Fog Crystal, which allows you to also search for MEW. So it's a very nice combination or synergy right there. So let's jump in the ladder and see what we can do with MEW VMAX. Alright, so let's start up. We do win the coin flip, which is always good. And we have not the best hand, not the worst. I get my V and my attachments, and sometimes that's all you can hope for, right? We're up against Chandelure, surprisingly, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I did top deck an energy I can attach, so that's really nice. And I will need to make sure I play around my opponent's possibilities, aka playing down trainer cards that I don't need, to make sure that I can reduce the damage output that my opponent deals against me. I have a pretty decent hand, actually. As I follow up next turn with the Peony, the Incense, and the MEW VMAX, so the double MEW VMAX. So things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good right here. All right. See, quick pull away the Capture energy for a Chandelure V. So we did try Chandelure V in the past a few days ago when the set came out, and I wasn't very impressed. Like, on paper it seems good, and the 17 multiplier is actually pretty good or pretty strong. However, it's just your opponent has control over how much damage you do, so that's never a good thing. And okay, we have a pretty good setup here. So what I'm thinking is, if I can find a boss or another cross switcher, the game's basically over, right? So does reducing 20 damage ever matter? It doesn't really, so I'm gonna discard the cross switcher because I need Peony, right? And I really want to Genesect, and I just want to draw as many cards as I can. One Peony, one of my 3 Peonies, or one of my 3 bosses, just will basically make it game, right? So I really want to draw as many cards as I can here. So Fusion Strike system number 1. We don't get any of them. So do I want to burn this switch? I think that's the one card that I would consider getting rid of, or that I would consider not getting rid of. I'm just going to establish a 3rd Genesect right here. I will also fail the Fog Crystal, and I will use Fusion Strike system number 2. Still looking for Peony or boss. However, I got Peony in combination with the cross switcher, and that's not good enough. That is actually a combination that I did not, in fact, want. So let's try again one last time. So I'm gonna play a switch into the other free retreater, and can I get either the other cross switcher or a boss? There's the boss, so that's pretty nice. And there we go. Not bad at all. Does the old cemetery matter? I mean, might as well. There's the Cross Fusion Strike for Techno Blast and the Knockout, and targeting the Pokemon with energy is very important here. I don't know if they're playing any way to accelerate energy. The only viable way I think would be Melanie, unless they're playing the Turbo Patch, but that's usually not a good card to be playing or relying on, and they don't even have any basic energy in their discard pile at the moment, so I think we'll be okay. I think we will be in a pretty good spot here. All right. So there's the attachment on the active. I see a Drone Rotom. So they're gonna look at my hand, and they're gonna see the top of my deck. So They do have Path to a Peak. I probably should have just held onto that old cemetery, but I mean, I have Peony, so it's fine. To search for a stadium, that's good enough. Search for stadium and switch, and then just continue going, and we'll be fine. Or they can just evolve. And now I can focus on the power tablets. At 300, so the damage from the stadium actually mattered. I only need 3 power tablets rather than all 4. Because the Vitality Band would not have helped there. So actually, the stadium did help. And okay, now we're getting more neat. My opponent benches Crobat after playing Path to the Peak. And I just top decked the power tablet. So that's very good, right? And that should be game. So off of the Peony, in order to guarantee the KO, I just need power tablet and switch. So I'm gonna forego my abilities, and I think it's completely fine based on the fact that we know my opponent has a Marnie in their hand, right? So I don't need to use my abilities. That is completely okay. I'll be getting a fresh new hand, and also my opponent has literally nothing in play after this. So I think it should be basically game over no matter what. All right. A cross switcher, we get a switch, we get a MEW VMAX. So all of those cards are going to the bottom of the deck. That's completely okay. We have 3 stadiums, and we're not really threatened at the moment. I can't use I can't use Technoblast next turn, but I think that's okay. I can simply either utilize Glistening Droplets or use Max Miracle or even Psychic Leap. I guess I can only use Max Miracle if I if I evolve into MEW VMAX. But I just found boss, and there's a Sobble right there, so I can simply retreat and win with Psychic Leap. So we're good. Otherwise, I could just Peony for the double cross switcher as well. That seems what I'll be... Oh no, never mind, they rebenched the Sobble. That's fine. Could Peony for the 2 cross switchers, since I know now I freed it up of the prize cards. That gives me the switching effect and the gusting effect to knock out anything on the bench for my last prize card. So the game is over. And my opponent will find out that the game is over by playing that Rotom. Maybe they don't realize it yet about the cross switchers, but that's fine. That is fine. All right, I'm just gonna go boss onto this, attach, and there we go. All right, on to the next game. All right, so as you can see, the deck flowed very nicely, and going first with this deck just feels completely broken, honestly. No, this hand feels less broken, I guess, overall. This hand is definitely less broken overall. We will be getting mulligans, so that's very nice. Starting Genesect is always awkward. We actually get 2 mulligans, and we're up against Dragapult, and they are playing Path to a Peak, so that is something I have to be aware of. The 2 mulligans are absolutely fantastic, and I even have the switch now, so things are looking very good. So what I'm questioning right now is the attachments, because I assume they're playing Fog Crystal. I'm gonna go for the Mew, but I'm definitely tempted. I definitely considered going just for the regular Psychic Energy. There's definitely merit to that. Okay, I'm gonna get, Genesect. And so now, I'll attach the Vitality Band. I am going to play this switch, because if my opponent goes boss, then I have Peony to just find another switch. And if they're playing boss on their turn 1, that means they're not using Marnie, they're not using Research, and they chose to bench 2 Pokemon. They didn't start Dragapult, so it seems very clear to me that they don't have a Dragapult in their hand. They do fail the Crushing Hammer, and then they immediately concede. I guess their hand was dead. So yeah, let's jump into the next game, I guess. Alright, so our third game, my opponent does win the coin flip, so we are going to be going second this time around. We'll have to see how that ends up affecting us. We have a pretty solid hand, I would say. And based on like everything, if I'm going to lose a Pokemon on turn 1, I'd rather lose or on turn 2 rather, I'd rather lose Oricorio than Latios. We see Zacian, so this could just be a Zacian deck. That seems to be the case. Which I feel like it should be a decent matchup. Assuming my opponent doesn't get a crazy ability here, which actually they always do against me. So yeah, fully assuming, yeah, exactly. I keep forgetting that Zacian decks just run flawlessly against me. Okay, so now there's less merit for the Latias, right? I will very likely be relying on Alessa Sparkle next turn. So I think I'm gonna keep Alessa Sparkle in my hand. I could also utilize Energy Mix actually. Okay, definitely don't think I'll like. I want to get a full board set up here. So I'll do this. I'll grab the Mew. And then I will go ahead and attach onto this, and then off of this Peony, I'm gonna grab a switch. That's my third. Oh, I priced a switch, okay. So I'll grab switch, and I will grab a quick ball to grab another Genesect afterwards. After I switch and utilize my Fusion Strike system, allowing me to draw quite a good number of cards. The Vitality Band could actually be very important here. I'm gonna get rid of a boss. Not super happy about that, but it is what it is. And I'll keep the Vitality Band for now. Don't want to reveal that, I guess, just yet. And okay, I'll definitely be needing another Mew, so might as well just search for it now. And I mean, I shouldn't expect a path to a peak from my opponent, right? Keep the Fusion Strike energies in the deck for a potential Alessa play later. And this is gonna be tough because of my opponent's very good setup, but not impossible, right? And we do see a research, so they did have the boss. They did indeed have the boss. They find the cape, so that's gonna make the KO a little bit more awkward. Yeah, that's gonna make the KO much more difficult. But I mean, it's what the deck does, so there's nothing I could really do about this. I need some good Genesects, but now I'm gonna attach the Vitality Band to the bench Mew because I need 2 power tablets to knock out the Zacian no matter what. So alright, they get their knockouts, understandably so. Alright, I do need a lot. I haven't played a single supporter. No, I did play the Peony. Okay, that's a good top deck. And I do have all 4 power tablets. I also have 3 Peonies left. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'll use the first Fusion Strike system, which doesn't get me a Peony or even another Fusion Strike Pokemon. And that's it, okay. Alright, I do have the boss, but now I have the Vitality Band in the wrong Pokemon, so just everything not working out well for us. Jeez. Ugh. Yeah. Alright. Well, not much I could do. My hand just got clogged with unplayable cards. And the Vitality Band just ended up on the wrong Pokemon, right? Not much you can do about that. to get Marnied. They're looking for switch, obviously. I might just end up trying to knock out this guy with Psychic Leap, right? In order to prevent the KO on MEW VMAX. See, another cape. I think that's a mistake because now these are my prices. I don't have to deal with Zamazenta anymore, which is fantastic. Last card switch? Or did they whiff? Oh, Rotom Phone. Okay, so that's probably gonna get them their switch. Although they didn't immediately click, so maybe... Oh, wait, they can't. They can't use Oranguru. Okay, I think you definitely retreat into Zamazenta here. What's my opponent doing? What? That made no sense to me. Okay, so now I wouldn't need a power tablet if I just get a switch. I don't want to peony this hand away though in particular. Yeah, the power tablet doesn't help, right? If I use a lesser sparkle, yeah, because this Mew cannot attack. Yeah, I think I just burned the power tablet, it's fine. It is what it is. So I'll get a switch. Oh no, I'm not burning. I do need the power tablet actually. I'll get the switch and possibly the old cemetery. Or maybe just a follow-up peony, honestly. Yeah, I like that. Let's just get the follow-up peony. I'm okay drawing 5 cards instead of 6. That's fine. Okay, so there's a bunch of power tablets. Not sure they're super necessary. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Oh no, this is fine. I evolve and now I can copy my max miracle attack. I can draw 1 more card. Right, all the Fusion Strike energies. So now I cross Fusion Strike for max miracle. That way I can Technoblast next turn. So I didn't end up needing Power Tablet. If I hadn't found the MEW VMAX, I would have needed the Power Tablet in order to take a KO with Psychic Leap. But all good, you know, all good. So there's a stadium. I don't need a power tablet to knock out this station as long as I use this MEW VMAX with Vitality Band. And then all I need is a Gust to knock out that station. So we're in a very good spot. Very, very good spot. If my opponent didn't bench that station, then it could get a little awkward to knock out the Zamazenta or deal with Zamazenta. Like, it would be difficult to pull it off immediately, is what I mean. However, I'm just realizing triple power tablet plus Vitality Band, copying Max Miracle is exactly 230 damage. So actually, would have been fine. Would have been completely fine. And there we go. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So as you can see, this deck is very powerful. It flows very well. Jinsect is broken, and there's no doubt in my mind that the only reason this deck is not more dominating is because you can't just straight up play a pure dark deck such as Umbreon, such as Gengar VMAX, and completely destroy the deck, because that's what the game is made right now. You have weakness and you're in trouble. But pretty good deck. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this updated MEW VMAX deck list, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.